we got some like trades and stuff. So starting off with the Bulls. The Bulls traded Alex Caruso over to the Thunder for Josh Giddey. Just a straight up trade, no picks. So I'm gonna start with you, Vic. How do you feel about the trade and the Bulls' future?
I'm gonna just try to be like respectful, but it just doesn't make sense to me. We don't see too many trades too that don't involve picks anymore. I will say that. That was the only thing that upset me, especially with all the picks that the Thunder have. We couldn't get not one of them joints, not even one from 2037. Like we couldn't get one. Like even one of the fake ones where it's like it's a hypothetical first, depending on if it's protected. Like we couldn't get nothing, and we did a straight up trade, and it's like we gave up a top 3, top 5 defensive guard for Josh Giddey based off of potential. And it just, I don't know, bro. It just confuses me because we just seen Kobe White have one of his best years. And it's like he was at the point, and we literally saw how, at least as a Bulls fan, we saw how when he was playing at 2, he did not know what was going on. But when he had the ball in his hand consistently, he's a hell of a ball player.
For sure.
And then you bring Giddey in, who has to be like extremely ball dominant for him to be any sort of efficient. And it just doesn't make sense, like, what direction we're trying to go.
I feel like they're trying to see him as, like, a Alonzo replacement type
guess,
player.
But I feel it. I get
also,
it. Also,
like,
that's
the
true.
defense ain't even there, though. Like,
exactly.
Alonzo had their defense, but
like,
defense
I just don't know. And we give up so much defense by letting Alex go.
Yeah.
We're now going to be relying on guys like Ayo, guys like Cody.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all wasn't close anyways.
You're not wrong.
You're
not wrong.
So it's like
it's
why not bring in a guy who's young and hopefully
it's based off potential, but again, I would have just liked if we got a little bit more for it. I don't think the trade straight up makes sense. Like I've tried to rationalize it, like genuinely, like if I'm GM or if I was rebuilding the team, would I pull this trade off? No. At no point would I say no. And if this was the case, and this is my thing, right? If we could have did this for Giddey, why didn't we just trade them boys before the trade deadline? Like that's what blows my mind. Like,
I mean,
they had way more value at the trade deadline, more than the value they have now when we traded them in the offseason. So it's like if we were gonna get rid of them and start this new rebrand and start this new culture of Bulls or whatever the hell,
they could just be trying to tank for Cooper Flag.
I mean,
Giddey is the motion that gets us there. Like,
have you seen Giddey play basketball?
Bro, Giddey had one game last year, or maybe 2 or 3, where SGA didn't play, and when Giddey had the ball 90% of the time, he was putting up 30 and 35. Like, okay.
I don't remember that, but
he was putting up 30. He had a game where he put up 30 where Shea did not play, for sure.
I stand corrected, but they could be. I feel like a Giddey-led team for 82 games. It's going to get you Cooper Flag. It's going to get you in the range for Cooper Flag. It's going to get you close. It's going to get you damn close.
Hey, you know what's funny?
it'll put you right there for sure.
We would do all of that just to somehow still make the play-in and not have that top 3 pick. Watch. Like, it just don't get it. Like,
DeMar gone or you a free agent?
No, DeMar's still here. DeMar said he wants to stay too, I believe so.
Zach probably for
Zach is the one everyone says is going to go. They say 15 teams is barking for Zach. I don't know what 15 teams is barking for Zach.
It seems like that contract is too massive, though.
The contract is terrible. That's all it is. It's not even the players bad. The contract is literally the worst.
He'll probably get restructured whever he goes.
I would want to see how they would restructure it because that would most likely have to be what would be done. But
or he could get bought out.
I could also see that
maybe.
if the Bulls are thinking, okay,
I don't see why not.
We want to just get rid of Caruso, we can actually get the picks from like getting rid of like Drummond.
That is the one confusing thing.
Exactly.
Not getting picks. Like I feel like trying to tank makes sense. Cool. But not getting any picks.
Any assets.
Crazy.
Like we got just Josh Giddey, nothing else. And everyone is just supposed to be like, all right.
What's the Bulls picks looking like for the future though?
Dude, I couldn't tell you.
They probably gonna be top 5.
The way we've been looking for the last 3 years, I'll be honest. Again, just getting into basketball, the last 4 or 5 years, we're going to be a play-in.
Y'all are gonna get picks though.
We're gonna be I would hope so. Yeah,
DeRozan and Zach.
I don't think they're trying to trade DeRozan. If they do trade DeRozan, we better get picks. Because if we don't get picks, it's gonna be ew no. So, but I don't see us really taking the rebuild steps. But the Giddey trade is bad in my personal opinion.
Bro, sidebar, you know who's like a worst run team? So you know you think the Bulls are bad? Like I know it's kind of off topic, but the Hawks, I didn't know that the Spurs have all of their first round picks. So even if they win the lottery for the next 3 years, the Spurs own all those picks.
For real?
How did they let that happen?
So whatever trade they had, like the Hawks end up doing or have to do with Trae Young, basically has to be with the Spurs if they want to get those picks back.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter yesterday. It was really crazy.
How did they let that happen?
Did that happen
DeJounte.
during like the DeJounte
And they
just
got
got
rid of
him,
him.
too.
They're
So they next 3 years, even if they
That's
are the
bad.
worst team in the league,
Don't matter.
Spurs on those
free
picks.
trade, bro. Free
Jeez.
trade.
That's
Free
crazy.
trade.
Cooper Flag and Wemby. It's on the way. It's crazy. Dave Robinson and Duncan all over again. All
You
over
know,
again.
Pop is licking his chops.
Oh,
I'm not gonna hold you.
man, nah.
If that's what it's looking like,
It's
then
crazy.
golly. But yeah, bro. The Giddey trade is bad, bro. One of the worst trades I've seen watching basketball. Like, I just don't know. You got to tell me when the last time there was a trade like this that didn't involve any picks. Just play for player.
Bro, it's disgusting.
Player
Like,
for
just play for player. You got to show me. Well, I don't know. The last 4 years I've started watching basketball. In the last 4 years, I've never seen a trade just be player for player.
Yeah,
Ever.
Oh, it's gotta be weird. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, like, at least in the 21st century, it doesn't happen. Like, probably since the turn of the internet age, I don't think it's happened.
I can't even think of one.
So yeah, I don't know what we're doing. And again, I've said this for years. We've been riding the coattails of MJ and everything he's done for the Bulls and everything he's done for Chicago for the last 35 years. Enough is enough. Please, like, rebuild this team. Like I swear to God, you can find kids that play 2K every day that can rebuild this team better than some of these boys, man. I don't even want to be disrespectful, but it's real. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. It just seemed like it has to be a situation where probably Alex Caruso asked out and they just had to get whatever they could from him.
But yes, but my thing is Alex Caruso is a top 5 defender, so you can get. You can't sit here and
You
tell
can
me
get something more.
you
than
can't sit here and tell me all 30 teams were just like, yeah, we'll give you just our number 2 or 3 option for Alex, no picks involved. I don't believe it. And if you were gonna ship Alex, I'm 100% sure there was a GM in the NBA that wanted Alex at the trade deadline, and y'all didn't pull the trigger because it wasn't enough. So if it wasn't enough then, how is Giddey now enough? I just don't get it. And if we were gonna do this trade for Giddey, we could have just did it before the trade deadline.
No, yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying.
Like, it's
I
just
understand.
If he tanking, there should have been a different method.
there should have
to
been
it.
a much more. There should have been a much more. There's a
You could
standard
have got
to this.
Yeah, you could have got rid of Caruso, and I'm pretty sure the Thunder would have traded for Caruso before the deadline.
Before the trade deadline, and would have gave y'all the picks, and I just don't get it, bro. I have nothing. And then I don't know how the Bulls organization expects us to root for Giddey. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it
It is
is.
what it is.
That was a good move for the Thunder, though.
Great
Oh,
move for
yeah,
the Thunder.
for
Yeah,
sure,
Presti hit
for
the
sure.
fun net. I'm talking about swindled the hell out of us,
Sure.
boy.
Thunder definitely got better off.
Jug, man. Talking about Jug Lord.
move.
Golly.
All right, so moving on to the Knicks, Mikal Bridges went ahead and got himself onto the roster for 5 picks. So now you got the whole Villanova squad up there. How you feeling about the trade?
I'm hype. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like defensively, there's not really a team in the league that can see us.
Yeah,
like
fact.
for on wings.
Healthy
like,
on healthy. Yeah.
OG and Mikal, bro. I feel
OG,
like,
Mikal,
bro,
yeah, that's,
Clamps.
like lengthwise, and I feel like it helps Brunson a lot too. You know what I'm saying?
For
Brunson,
sure,
he don't have to get put in a lot of actions anymore. And Dante not a scrub on defense either. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hart either, and then
it gives him another scoring option too.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like that was our main issue, bro. Whenever Julius went down,
Yeah,
was
because Jalen Brunson was just playing.
out of just basically playing early 2000s ball, just shoot 30 times, bro. And just
You know, it reminded me of probably like
AI, bro.
Yeah,
I was
on
about to
some
say
AI
AI.
type
I'm
of
gonna
about
scoop
to-
35
Yeah.
points, 35 shots a game. I'm finna end up with 29 points, and I don't care. And I don't give a damn about
And we're
it.
gonna
Average
win.
30
And we're gonna
shooting.
win. That's the kill. And
41%
we're
from
gonna
the
win.
field. Like that's
Yeah,
the
it's
type of ball
crazy.
he was on.
Yeah. I like the
like-
move though.
I like the move for both teams. I think the Nets.
Oh yeah, Nets
For-
time,
I mean,
time to rebuild. For
Dog, for the last 8 years, pretty much since they traded for KG and them boys, like it's been tough. It has been
They're a bad
tough.
organization.
It's been really bad. So finally, for them to be like, all right, guys, enough is enough. We're rebuilding. Like
I feel like
it's beautiful. It gives them the autonomy. That's all it is. Just give them
I
like.
feel
all
like
right,
they
if we
seen
want
the
to
2
tank, we can
picks
tank.
they traded to the Celtics when that championship. They was like, all right, that's it.
Like it really.
Free
'cause-
Cam Thomas.
Yeah, I was about to say, but it allows you to now build around guys like Cam. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
now it's
Cam
like
Thomas is
we
now
can find
free.
out if Cam really a baller or if he
Yeah.
just gonna be one of them boys that's a microwave that you can get off the bench and put up 20. Like
I think that's what he is.
Like you feel what I'm saying? So it's like I love it. I love that move for the Nets because again, you now have the decision. It's like, all right, if we want to be the worst team and go for the number 1 pick, we can. We got all our picks and we got some more. If we end up contending and being a play-in, amazing. We got potential. Like there's wiggle room. So I think both teams benefit from this. It was a good. That's a good trade. That was a really good trade. Like sending Mikal to the Knicks get dangerous. Seeing out there, especially after what Boston just did, dangerous. So And then again, Nets hitting the reset button because it was damn sure time. It's been time for a while. So salute to the Nets for finally swallowing that pill, unlike the Bulls, and be like, yeah, let's start over and setting themselves up because they looking sweet for the future now. So regardless if they do well next year or not, they looking sweet for the future. That's something to at least have hope about for sure.
For sure, I understand that. So moving on, we also got DeJounte Murray got traded to the Pelicans for Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, and 2 picks. How do you feel about that for the Hawks' perspective and from the Pelicans' perspective?
I can't believe
From the Pelicans' perspective, like I feel like they're gonna be decent just because like I think Zion's pretty good, but just in terms of just like turn on the TV and say, let me just watch the Pelicans game. Like,
You say the Pelicans just boring ball?
I don't want to watch an offense.
Unless you live in New Orleans, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not watching the Pelicans.
An offense that consists of DeJounte, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion, I don't want to watch. I don't have any interest in watching.
It's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be fun. It should be interesting.
Yeah, and the basketball side though, defensively, I think DeJounte defense is a little overrated. But whenever he it's a little overrated. But whenever you have
he's the type of player that just like.
He's a good defender.
He like locks down at times.
Yeah,
you know?
but he falls asleep a lot. But I'm saying whenever you have like Trey Murphy now and you got Herb Jones, I feel like that's gonna like kind of bring that out of him now, where it's like,
you gotta play defense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's 3 guys that can legit like long wingspan, can guard tall guards, can switch.
You can kind of see what the formula is now.
What are
everybody trying to
doing?
build a team with a lot of like big wings that can play defense. I feel like that's the formula now.
So what do you think the Hawks do with Trey? Because at this point,
they gotta move him. They gotta move him. Well, they don't have to, but I mean,
it's likely they are.
I feel like they don't have to, but if you're looking at like the timeline from like a wide range, like looking at like let's look at the long view of this, it's like it would be smarter for them to move him, just off the strength of like, all right, in 2-3 years, Trae Young's gonna ask for a trade regardless.
Correct.
For the next 2-3 years, we're not gonna be a really good team. We're not gonna have a top pick, so it's like.
We need to do what we can do now.
Yeah, so Trey's gonna sell our tickets. He probably might get us an 8 seed in the playoffs or whatever it is. But are we really gonna contend with him? And then, like I said, in 3 years he's gonna ask for a trade anyways. So it's like,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'm ATL, it's hard to say though. It's hard to say. What do you get back from Trey?
It's not gonna be a big package. I don't
think it's that big of a package either.
I think if they trade him to the Spurs, it'll probably be Shochan, whatever his name is. And then Devin Vassell, and then probably some picks, and then that'll probably be all it is. But when you look at the Hawks, bro, like, bro, they're in such a bad position where it's like they really don't have like a choice. They don't have a choice. Cause, like, bro, like I'm saying, bro, even if they're bad, like their talent, they're not bringing any talent.
And it's like it's like teams that was below them are now lapping them. Like the Magic, like Magic lapped them.
Unless
you think about like Pacers.
Unless the guy that drafted ends up being good, but then from what they were saying on the broadcast, they basically a role player. That's what they was saying. I was like, bro, this is crazy. It was like, he's a 3-and-D guy, very similar to DeAndre Hunter. I'm like, bro. What?
Oh, role players are number 1? Hey, man. Why didn't they draft what's his name? Alex Sarr.
He didn't want to work out with them.
Wow. That lets you know where the organization's at.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know right there.
That's tough.